today again that auger machine started working, but it could only drill 1.8 meters. The fragile area of the tunnel already got collapsed. It might collapse further.
It's a cumulative responsibility. We can never point out that this agency is responsible or so is responsible.
Hello and welcome. This is Times of India. I'm Nagen Singh, and I'm today connected with two of our journalists from Times of India, and they are in Uttarakhand, and they have all the details that what is happening on the ground, how the rescue operation is going on, and what are the latest details.
Currently, see, if you are asking me for the that time duration when they'll be out, nobody can tell you. So even the officials are saying that it might take another 10 to 12 hours, because the latest news is that the auger machine, which is drilling through that debris, is stuck again. So last night also, there were reports that the the trapped workers will come out very soon. But again, there was a steel structure that that came down along with the roof collapse on the 12th of November. So those rods actually came on the way of the auger machine, which was drilling, which were pushing those 900 pipes into the debris to create a safe passage, or a escape passage for the workers to come out or crawl out from that area. So again, today again that auger machine started working, but it could only drill 1.8 meters as far as I know, and again it got stuck. So it's just 12 to 15 meters, approximately 12 to 15 meters. So this machine is actually just 10 to 15 meter away from those trapped workers.
Right.
So, Bhaskar Khulbe, who is the former secretary to the Prime Minister, he's overseeing the whole operation at Silkyara.
Yeah.
Informed the media persons, over there, that it might take another 12 to 15 hours.
But now the latest that we are hearing that some equipment that is being transported to Uttarkashi, and that's coming from Odisha. So what is that equipment? Why the nearby states were not contacted? What's the equipment all about?
So basically, that particular equipment you are referring to is being called for vertical drilling. So, when like few days back, the central team had come up with a five-pronged strategy. So, one of them was vertically drill from top of the mountain under which this tunnel is being excavated, right? So, so what happens usually, Nagendra, that these big drill machines are usually there in those states where either mining happens, right, or there is a petroleum rigs.
Okay.
Right. So in Orissa, particularly in Orissa, there's a bauxite mines, iron ore is being, is being excavated over there. So they are big mines. So these big machines are available in, Jharkhand, Orissa, and as far as oil exploration is concerned, that is, usually available at Gujarat or Maharashtra, on the coastline of Gujarat and Maharashtra. So
Right.
one machine was also mobilized from Gujarat also. That
Okay.
is also for vertical drilling.
What are the risks involved is with this drilling and rescue?
See, the biggest risk involved in this whole process is that there is no further collapse,
Mhm.
right? So they have to go very slowly. That is why, if another thing I would like to tell you is that this auger machine, it started its operation, I believe, exactly. I'm not able to recollect the date, but I think on 14th or 15th. But it stopped working on on 16th of November. So
Okay.
the basic reason was there were some cracking sounds coming, right,
Yeah.
from the top of the roof. So the rescuers suspected that that fragile area of the tunnel, which
Mhm.
already got collapsed, it might collapse further.
Right.
Government has mobilized all its resources.
Right.
There are multiple central agencies working at this moment. Shivani can tell you that she was at the spot.
Well, what we have observed, government do react promptly when such incidences happen. Only thing which comes to everybody's notice is that why such incidences happen at the first place.
Yeah.
So that's one question which comes repeatedly in Uttarakhand, in the minds of people, and of course, those who observe it or are experts of this field, that, this could have been averted as well.
Right.
Like Silkyara Tunnel is one of the cases.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mountains are coming under constant pressure of tourists. That's one thing. Infrastructural works primarily. So,
Yes.
see, the problem is not increased tourism or infrastructure works. It's like when you start exploiting something too much, that is what is happening here. Like repeatedly, even the apex court of country has said, do the carrying capacity of various hill towns. When
Right.
Joshimat happened, this thing came into picture. Then
Yeah.
similarly, when you say infrastructural works, there is no problem having infrastructural work. What our scientists and experts of these particular fields lay emphasis upon is that proper geological studies, proper environmental impact assessment, all these things need to be done. What we had been hearing in Uttarakhand is that locals complain about the fact that we are not being involved in a very transparent manner when final calls are being taken. So these are the key problems.
When we are talking about it, then where does the responsibility lie? I mean, NHAI or whomever who are building these roads, what they should be doing, what are they doing wrong?
See, it's a cumulative responsibility. We can never point out that this agency is responsible or so is responsible. It boils down to the fact, as a citizen, what is our civic responsibility? How responsibly we are behaving in the mountains? Are we throwing the trash there? Are we taking it back with us? What's the speed limit that we are following? And so goes for the agencies as well, which are mm, doing their works here in the hills. Are they following the norms which are being laid? Because at higher level, of course, these norms are there, guidelines are there, protocols are set, which needs to be followed. Like in the afternoon only, I was speaking to somebody from this domain only, environment domain, and what they said was, why EIA, the environment impact assessment, is not being taken seriously, or why it is being ignored. It's a very genuine question, especially in mountain area.
Right.
It should not be ignored.
So if you can explain us how is the area, any idea?
So Silkyara is around 180 plus kilometers from Dehradun. It takes 5 hours to reach there. It's in Uttarkashi. And basically, this Uttarkashi district falls in seismic zone 4.
Hmm.
And there is a study which was conducted by Wadia Institute of Himalayan Geology, which actually said that, in Uttarakhand, more than 50% area is landslide prone, and they had categorized it into high and very, very high zone. Uttarkashi is included in that only.
Right.
So that is, it's seismically very active area.
Okay. Did you meet the families? What the families are saying? Are they satisfied with the efforts?
So workers, as of now, they were content. They were content. All they wanted was everyone should now come out. They had been waiting. It's been a long wait for them, 13 days now. So earlier in the initial days, they were anxious. They were not knowing what exactly is happening. They were feeling like they are not being told the facts, whereas authorities were working, but now, as on today, they are happy. They are able to speak to them. They are able to see their faces. They are able to convey their message to them. And the very basic things, like for instance, if they got khichdi for eating, if they got brush, towels, and all these basics are in place, so they are content with even that. So they are saying, at least, they are safe. This gives us
I
that
heard they also
message.
got tobacco.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. This was one of the interesting things that, initial days, because they are laborers from various places like Bihar, Jharkhand, and UP. So people generally this class do consume tobacco, cheni, and all. So they had demanded for it.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
So officials, they knew pretty well that, they might get into withdrawal symptom. That was the reason even that was provided to them.
Okay.
So and constant psychological support was being given to them. They were asked to, play, like they sought even pack of cards for playing rummies and all. So they were asked to do meditation. Anulom, Vilom, yoga, and all. So the best was being done by the medical authorities to keep them mentally balanced.
Once they come out, even tomorrow or day after, but what will be the procedure? What will be the steps that will be followed once the trapped workers are out?
For that, NDRF, that is the National Disaster Response Force, has already done their homework. They have created a SOP to how they will be, taken out. So even they have, done a mock drill for it.
Okay.
They have created a small, they have created stretchers on which, they'll be pulled out from those pipes, and then they'll be taken to the hospitals, nearby hospital. I think Shivani would be in a better position to tell you that they have created a makeshift 41 bed hospital nearby. So all these men will be shifted to that hospital.
What is the future of Uttarakhand? How should we see what will happen after 10 years?
So the future of Uttarakhand would be bright if norms are followed strictly by everybody, not just the agencies implementing projects, but even by the citizens. Because it's a very, very fragile state. Because we
Right.
have young Himalayan ranges here, we have sedimentary rock here. So if we nurture it nicely, we'll have a bright future, certainly.
41 men are coming home. I don't know when. They're going to be safe, okay?
From breaking news, detailed analysis, in-depth interviews and explainers, follow the Times of India. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like our videos and hit the bell icon to stay updated with the latest.